Alright, let's see. Yeah, okay. So, take 2 of trying to do this. I recorded a video yesterday, but my GoPro died right in the middle of it, so... And today is nicer than yesterday was. A bit hotter, but we'll try it again. Just talking about the bike and kind of how I got it. General information and just going for a cruise. 2023 Honda Rebel 500 SE. And then what makes it a special edition is the gold rims, the color, and then the diamond stitched seat. And also, I forgot what it's called, but this guy actually is the special edition only. I almost got a regular 500, but I mean, you go into the dealership and you see that, and it's hard to say no. So, but yeah, we can get into it. Going for a cruise. Hopefully, the battery does not die on me. I already need to give her another car wash or motorcycle wash after one day being out. But also, a few things. I don't know how the quality of sound is going to be. Hopefully, you can hear me at all. And then secondly, the angle of the camera might be a bit off. It's as high up as I can make it, so I just got to remember to keep my head up a bit more. So I'll try to do that. But yeah, we will get to it. Let's see. I hate first gear. I hate it. I hate it. Neutral's even worse trying to ride in. So, maybe not. Okay, we're gonna go this way. Oh no, we're gonna go this way. We're gonna go the other way. Okay. Trying to get... I was a bit nervous. I was talking about it yesterday, but I was a bit nervous getting back on the bike this year just because last year, you know, I didn't get a whole lot of riding in, unfortunately. So I was kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to remember how to do this. But no, it's been quite chill. But like I said, I got this bike in 2022. It was brand new. So I've had it for 3 years now, you know, going on 3 years. And I only have, what was it, I think 1,400 miles on it. So that's unfortunate. But I'm very much looking forward to riding it a lot more this year. You just got to get the right days, you know. I mean, I could have been on it sooner, but every nice day we've had so far this year has just been extremely windy. So, but this weekend has been amazing. Okay. Great time when I don't have to put my feet down. So, too, when I'm in town, like, and the top speed is, you know, 45. I try to follow the manual's recommendations for shifting, just because it's best for the bike and gas mileage. On the highway, it does not work. The shifts are way too soon, but in town they're perfect. Anyway though, so it was also a chore getting this bike ready for this season. There was just a lot I had to do, and then that turned into a whole thing with, I did the brake fluid, and then I did an oil change. I was going to do a coolant change, but after the brake fluid I was done. So still got to do the coolant change at some point. I'm not too worried about it though. The brake fluid though was just I mean, the front brake, it's right here, you know, so that's pretty easy to get to and easy to do for the most part. You know, it's also just something you got to be really careful with, because if you do it wrong, then brakes aren't going to work, which would be unfortunate. But the back reservoir for the rear tire is what I had issue with. The screw, like where the screw goes in to hold that into place, the like holder for it, I don't know if there's actually a name for it, but it got misaligned with the hole, and I had no idea how to get to that. Like it was like in the bike, and I saw by chance on a comment for a video on it that if you take the battery out, you'll be able to find it. So I did that, and I got this bike for a lot of reasons. One of the top two is just how nice it was to beginners, very forgiving and stuff, but one of the main reasons too was maintenance. I read that it was a good bike to learn maintenance on, but let me tell you, Honda does not make it easy to get these batteries in and out of their bikes. It took me a period of time, about 6 hours over 3 days, to get the battery out and then get it back in, and I ended up breaking a piece on the battery cover, which was unfortunate, so I gotta order that. But here, that never gets old. But yeah, so that was not fun, and it was all so I could just put that stupid screw piece back in, so I could get the reservoir screwed back in. I don't know why they don't have something to hold that into place better, but whatever. So yeah, but I mean, that just was very frustrating trying to get that. I did not expect to touch the battery for years, so that sucked, but I did it. You know, hopefully next time, if it needs to happen, it'll be easier, but hopefully there won't be a next time for a long time. But yeah, the oil change, I mean, oil changes are super easy, and that went off just fine, and that was overdue, let me tell you. It's not overdue by mileage, obviously. It was just, it had been 2 years, so it's a 2-year mark, and I know that changing the oil about once a year is the best recommendation. But we got her, and you know, not on fire, not smoking, so you know, I think we did it. And the brakes are working. The brakes be working. I don't need to be going high on that. You know what I mean? If my mom watches this, I gotta slow down. Listen. I'm not, like, I'm truly, I'm not a speed demon. I really am not. if you saw my license plate in the beginning of the video, that tells you, okay? It's just when you're full throttle like that, like you're gonna go a little fast, but you slow right back down. See, you slow right back down. Okay. So if you're wondering about what are you doing? Okay. So in terms of me getting this bike, that was a long time coming. I took the MSF course, which I think everyone should be required to take who rides a motorcycle, by the way. But I took that when I was 18. Yeah, 18. It was 10 years ago now, at least a decade ago. I started getting interested in bikes, and I don't remember what exactly triggered the interest, if anything, but I do remember that I started becoming interested when I was around 15, I believe. And that, you know, every spring I remember I'd get really bad motorcycle fever. I'd be watching a bunch of motorcycle videos. I'd be looking at dealerships, looking at the motorcycles available. And at that time, when I was that age, the bike I really wanted to start on was a Kawasaki Ninja 300. It was just known as a good beginner, and it still is known as a good beginner bike, especially if you're looking to get into sport bikes. But that's what I wanted, and obviously I did not get that, probably for the best, just because, I mean, the one downside is I am pretty short. I'm 5'2" on a good day, okay? So most bikes I have or want, I should say, look at, I will not be able to flat foot. This bike being an exception, which is part of the reason I got it. But I should say, gosh, it was because I was never a fan of the cruisers. I did not like the looks of cruiser bikes, and so I always had in mind that my first bike would be a sport bike of some sort, a crotch rocket, you know. And for the longest time, the Ninja 300 was the ideal for me. The closest I ever got to getting a motorcycle before I actually got one was probably in 2019? Or is that 2020? Maybe the very end of 2019. No, it was 2020. It was 2020. It was when I was moving back down from Duluth. I was moving back to my hometown. And my friend had gotten a motorcycle, and she had told me that she knew someone who was selling one. I believe it was a Yamaha, some type of Yamaha cruiser. I don't remember the exact model, but it was a bigger bike. But she was selling it for $1,500, and I had put $150 down on it for her to hold it for me because she was located back near my hometown. So, but as I got closer to moving and stuff, I realized, you know, I probably shouldn't buy it. I don't have the money right now. On top of that, I don't have any place to store it because my parents definitely are not going to let me store that bike at their place. So I left that alone, and I told her, you know, I can't get it. So then it came to the next one, which was the Honda Rebel. I didn't after that, it was what, oh no, only a couple years between that and actually getting a bike. But So for the Honda Rebel, by the time I was looking at the Rebel, I had kind of skewed away from sport bikes as being the bike I wanted. Main reason is seating position, honestly. I did not want to be leaned over the bike a whole lot. I for one, I just felt like that wouldn't be very comfortable, like confidence wise, and then two, I didn't think it would be comfortable, period. It's just like long rides on that, I feel like would just hurt my back after a time. And two, it's like what I want to ride a bike for. I asked myself that, and it's like I don't want to go fast. I don't care about going fast. I just want to cruise. I just want to cruise. And I had started to kind of come around to the cruiser look, and so I did more research starting in, you know, around that time, 2020 or so, as to what I wanted the first bike, my first bike, to be. One of the top pickers, and it still is, like something, a motorcycle I really want, is an Indian motorcycle. Like, oh, they look so good. But I knew that that probably wasn't going to happen. I gotta. Just because they're expensive bikes, and so it's like I knew that going with an expensive bike as a first bike, not ideal. I was looking at buying a used bike, but there was none around me that worked for me that I wanted, or honestly there wasn't much to pick from. So I ended up finding the Honda Rebel online, watching motorcycle videos, beginner videos, and a lot of things jumped out at me as to why it would be the perfect bike for me. It's known as one of the best, if not the best, beginner bike. Very forgiving, it's very low to the ground, very light, and all those things. I was like, that seems like a bike for me. And also brand new, it's pretty cheap, relatively speaking. You know, it's $7 grand for the SE, for the one I have. Cheaper if you wanted to go for, you know, just a regular. But and so all that kind of led me to it, and there was a dealership about 30 minutes away from me that was selling Honda Rebel 500s. And in 2022, I finally had a job that could support that, me getting a motorcycle. I was able to afford the gear, which I bought first, and then I was able to get a garage at my apartment building, at my apartment complex, to store it. And so it all kind of came together fairly quickly. And yeah, I jumped the gun on it. I did not tell my parents what I was doing. I had a friend who was gracious enough to offer to transport the bike for me because he had a trailer. So I still remember everything. I remember going to the dealership because they had, at the time, they had two Honda Rebel 500s for sale. They had the SE, and they had just a base one. And I'm pretty sure the base one they had, it was a green color, which I wasn't super a fan of, the green on the Honda Rebels, not gonna lie, despite it being my favorite color. But also I don't think it had ABS, which I was also a little hesitant of. As a beginner, I was like, I want the ABS. And then two, it's like the SE, like I said, you see it, I said it earlier, you see it sitting there, and it's like, it's really hard to say no. It's really hard to say no to it. It looks so good. So I talked to the salesman that I talked to on the phone, and I remember filling out the paperwork. I remember signing and getting all of it, and then them telling me the bike was mine, sitting on it, and just kind of the numbness the disbelief of being like, oh my god, I own this motorcycle now. Like, I own it, it's mine. That was an unreal feeling, and I still remember it to this day. And I'm glad I got it. Like I said, as a beginner, cheaper is generally better, just because it's, you know, that you always hear it, you're gonna drop the bike. If you're a first-time rider, it's gonna happen. So that's part of the reason why I didn't want to go for an expensive bike like an Indian right away. And good thing I didn't, because the first day I got this bike home and rode it, I dropped it. I wasn't riding it. I was trying to back it into my garage, and it had like, the garage had like a lip on it, and when I was trying to get my front tire over that lip, I lost my balance and I ended up laying the bike down. I messed up the mirror, I remember, but I wasn't like, I didn't care, because I wasn't a fan of the Honda stock mirrors, so I was like, I'm gonna get new mirrors anyway, which is what I have now. And I did scratch the tank, but you can't really see it unless you know where to look for it. So it's like, that was a bummer, but it was like, you know, Jess, you knew it was a possibility that it would happen. I haven't dropped the bike since. That was the first and only time I've ever laid the bike down. Knock on wood. But yeah, I mean, it happens. It's gonna happen. No matter how hard you try. No matter how much you say, oh, that won't be me, I'll be careful. It's just those little things while you're learning. You know, now I know. I learned, don't back over bumps, just going forwards, and that's what I do. But no, I remember my parents, like I said, I did not tell them I was buying this bike. My dad knew, because he eavesdropped on me one day, and so he figured out that I was buying a motorcycle, but he didn't know when. Mom did not know. But when I did surprise them with it, she was like, you know, I figured it was gonna happen. So she wasn't super taken back by it, but that was fun though. That was fun. And yeah, that's kind of how I got here. I would say I wish this thing had cruise control, but honestly, nah. I will say the new Honda Rebel 1100s, which I have thought about buying as my next bike instead of an Indian. I've also looked at Honda CBs, because they're like the perfect mix between a cruiser and a sport bike. You know, you get that sport bike look, but the upright seating position, which I like. And they look sick. They do. They look really good. The MTs I also thought about, but I think the CBs, honestly, I think they look better. I don't like the Yamaha MTs. I don't like their fronts. They're ugly on the front. Sorry. But I have that about the 1100. The only issue I have with the Honda 1100s, the new ones, are they are, not all of them, but they're going into being automatic transmissions, which I do not like. I feel like part of riding a motorcycle is manually shifting it and being in control of it. You can change them to manual shift, but they're paddle shifters, and I'm like, I'm not in a car, bro. I'm like, no. So I don't know about the 1100, but the CBs or an Indian, maybe, but it won't be for a while. Definitely not this year. Probably definitely not oh my god, next year. Holy shit, that was a big bug. Sorry. I'm trying to make this as uncut of a video as I can. I do not have the time to edit right now with finals, so if I swear, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna cut it out like I usually do in all my other videos. So, but no, beautiful day out though, and I'm so glad the wind is almost no. I hope the angle for you guys is good. I keep trying to remind myself, lift your head up. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I just wanted to kind of show a cruise for anyone that's interested in motorcycles. Hopefully this isn't a boring video for you. If you're looking to get a motorcycle and don't know what, I might be a little biased, but my vote is for the Honda Rebel 500 probably. I would skip on the 300. I feel like a 500 is right in the sweet spot of a beginner bike. I feel like 300 I just would have outgrown way too fast, and I'm glad I did not go for the 300. I thought about it, but I'm like, nah. Like even now, it's like this bike has some pretty good kick to it, and I mean, it can go. It can really go. But even now, I feel like I want something with a bit more torque, but it's not huge. It's like I will look at these other bikes and I'll be like, oh my god, I hate those bumps. I'll be like, oh yeah, I want one of those, but then I hop back on this one and I'm like, nah, I'm not getting rid of this. I'm not getting rid of it. And I'm not getting 2 motorcycles. I'm not doing that either, so. Hopefully I'm still recording. These batteries don't last in these GoPros. And hopefully y'all can still hear me. This car's... he's not going slow, I guess. He's not going slow. That's another thing when I first got a motorcycle, is getting the salute. That was like an unreal best feeling, waiting, you know, a decade to do all of that. It just felt so good, you know, especially that salute. I mean that was just the cherry on top of it all. Where are you? Oh, sorry, I couldn't salute that guy. I feel bad, but I gotta pay attention first, you know? And I didn't know what this car was doing, so, because no one wants to signal until they're 2 feet away from the turn, so. Well, that's a nice camper. That's a nice camper. I gotta get my license. I really gotta look into that. I'm just so busy right now with school, it's really kicking my ass. Honestly, nothing beats stress relief like just hopping on the motorcycle and going. And just cruising. I got so many bugs on my helmet now. So many bugs. Everything's getting green. The leaves still got to do their thing and come out. I mean, they're working on it. You know, they're getting there, but still a bit bare. Still a little bare. Ugh, stretch. That house is pink. I kind of like it, actually. I kind of like it. And we just cruise up, cruise up, cruise up, cruise up. Gosh, learning how to ride, you know, I did that all myself, and that was, what was it even? Years after taking the MSF course, but I remembered everything. I mean, that stuff sticks with you, which is super nice. But I remember getting up to like 20 miles an hour the first time on like a town road, and it was the scariest thing. I was like, I don't know how people do this. That was a shitty shift. Sorry, Mom. I'm slowing down. I'm slowing down. Okay? There you go. There you go. I go slow. I do. I do. I like the green coming out, though. That's what I want. And then we need more rain, but I feel like the rivers are at a decent level, so I cannot wait until I get until I can get the kayak out. That'll be fun. Super looking forward to that. I went to my parents yesterday. I stole some steel wool from them. Oh, I didn't steal it. My dad said I could take it. Because I gotta clean my Blackstone grill and get that ready and get that going. But I'll stop by there. I'll stop by there. They weren't home yesterday. Let's see if they're home today. I don't know. They're always doing something, dude. Everyone's mowing. Fresh cut grass smell. Friggin' semis, bro. I gotta work tonight, which just, it's a bummer. And I'm just now realizing that I do not have my wallet with me. I'm at half. I think that'll be enough. I think that'll be enough to get me home from where I'm going. I think it will. If anything, I'll just ask my parents for money. I've come actually decently close to running out of gas on the road. I won't lie. I messed up one day and I was trying to go to my parents' house, and I was like 5 miles out of town, or away from a gas station, I should say, or a few miles, yeah. But my gas light was blinking at me, and I was very scared that I was gonna run out of gas, but I luckily did not. So, but yeah, I came pretty close that time. That was my bad. I think this will get me like 120 miles. The only thing is though is, I mean, I feel like that's on a good ride. But I've been open throttling this, so I don't know if I'm gonna get 120 on it. If I get 120 on it, then I'm good. I'm good. I'm at 70 right now. But we'll see. We'll see. If I'm worried about it, I'll beg. I'll beg for money. I need like what? Like $5. That's all I need. $5. And it'll be filled. What is the smoke from? Cruising. Smells good. Darwin, home of the world's biggest twine ball. It's a beautiful day though, honestly. Like, perfect for riding, especially with, I have a mesh jacket, so it's better for summer rides, warm weather rides, because it allows wind and to cool me off. Not so great for cooler weather rides, but it's like a perfect temp right now. Of course, if I stop, then it gets pretty hot. I think it's about 80 degrees out, around there right now. Full sun, you know, so. These mirrors though, I like them. I got them off of Amazon. Yeah, Amazon. Yeah, they're actually pretty nice. They're pretty good. Easy install, easy peasy. This phone mount also a great buy. I think it was about 40 bucks. But that phone does not move, dude. It does not move. So I'd recommend that too. I got that off of Revzilla, I believe, or maybe it was Amazon too. I don't remember. I'll try to find it and link it in the description, if anything. And then I have, I don't know if you can see that, but that cup holder on the side. If you go back, you can probably see it in the beginning when I was doing the walk around the bike. But I bought that because, and that's been pretty nice too. I bought that because going to work and stuff with this, I have a big Yeti water bottle. And so it's really nice to just put it into there and not have to worry about it. And I've taken that thing out on highway speeds with that water bottle in it and nothing. So that works pretty nice too. All around, good buys. Luckily, I am thinking about buying a new exhaust for this. Either the Kaufman or something Brothers exhaust. Oh, I forgot what it's called exactly, but I do want a new exhaust. Oh my god, I'm going so fast. It's hard because you don't realize how fast you're going riding unless you are just looking down all the time. But we'll see. I don't know if I'll get a new exhaust this year either. I could, but I don't know. We'll see. So I've been looking at other bikes so much, but it's like I don't know about it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I like that they redid this road because before there was a huge crack down that center line. And let me tell you, going in that big crack, like going over it with a motorcycle is not the move. It like would pull me and I would try to avoid it as much as I could, but I'm very glad that they fixed it or redid it, repaved it, whatever they did. There's still a little bit of crack, but I don't think that's going to do anything. Nada. Nada. No, he wants me to go ahead. I was like, what are you doing, bro? He was being nice. He was being nice. I was just trying to see if that center line was okay. Sorry. My bad. Might be. Oh, Walmart. Heck no. Heck 9. Merch. Hopefully my parents have food because I am a little hungry. But I'll probably stop the video up here. Hopefully I'm still recording. I don't know. It might be dead. It might be a dead battery. We'll see. But I'll stop it here and maybe I'll do this again. Motovlog it. Maybe I won't. We'll see. But hopefully it wasn't too boring. If you're into motorcycles, hopefully it wasn't. But yeah, I will be seeing you guys later. There's a lot of motorcycles out today, man. Makes sense. I mean, nice day. A nice day. People are going slow. People are going slow. I'm gonna stop it up here, okay? So just Minnesota goodbye, okay? Come along, come along. We'll stop it in town. Look at all them bikes. Oh wait, I think it's 30. I think it turns 30 back there. I think. I don't remember. This is where I got my Jeep. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. What am I at still? I always try to keep my brights on. Makes me feel safer. Because people don't be seeing. Case in point, last year. Even with my bright on, someone didn't freaking see me. Pulled out in front of me. Luckily, that MSF course saved my butt on that one. I did not tell anyone about that. But, yeah. Luckily, I was far enough back on the highway. It wasn't like he pulled out like directly in front of me or nothing, but I definitely still had to do emergency braking and swerve. There was a bypass lane, so that also helped me. I didn't have to go on the sketchy shoulder, but that was a bit sketchy, a bit scary. But we're here, we learned. I was anticipating him pulling out too in front of me, so ours gotta be watching that. I think I went down. No, I didn't. Okay, I'm good. I was gonna say I think I went down too many gears, but I'm good, I'm good. Alright, I'll stop it here. Alright, thanks for coming, and goodbye.